Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Wimbledon Spiritualist Church and all those online. And please remember, we are live on Facebook and YouTube. And I did say good morning, everybody. Oh, you can do better than that. Thank you very much. And I'd like to introduce our guest medium, Mr. Ivan Lee. Hello, good morning, everybody. Okay. Now, I'm going to ask the medium to open up in prayer. Certainly. I'm going to have to do that, aren't I? And you got me on a Sunday morning. Ray's got me on a Sunday morning again. That's all you at home. Sunday morning again. Not just here on a Sunday morning, but I've got to do the lot. Not even an R. Thank you. Okay, I'd like to open up in prayer, please. Divine Spirit, dear Lord, Heavenly Father, we thank you for today, and we ask for a blessing on each and every one of us and the households represented here. We ask you allow us to link in with our loved ones from heaven. They may come forward messages of love, comfort and upliftment so that we can know ourselves and treat others as we like to be treated and all live on this earth in peace and harmony, sending out love to friends seen and unseen. Amen. Okay, now we're going to do the healing prayer, and I'm going to read out the names. So first of all, let's all say the Serenity Prayer together. I do believe it's on the screen. Yes? No? Thank you, Richard. Okay, so I'd like to say this all together, please. God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. And I'd like to read out the names on the healing list that Mary so lovely compiled for me. Where is she?
Yes, I'm waiting for the door.
All right then, she's not here. Okay, so we have Bill Ward, Ray, Rose Anderson, Tina Lacey, Tim, Kate May, Lindsay Catto, Bernie's sister Sarah, Tommy and Danny Lee, Jill, Leslie, Verity, Billy, Barbara, Michael, Katie, Matt and Kirsty. And if you could all, if you know anyone that needs healing, if you give them a quiet prayer and send out some thoughts to them, that would be nice because they are all heard. And now for those online and in here, I'd like to mention the collection via PayPal. And I do believe the link is going to come up on the screen. Is it, Richard? Yeah, it's up on the screen. And you're right, everyone. There's a miserable lot in here today. I hope you're all happy at home anyway, watching online. Okay, right, I'm going to say hello to some names on the screen, if it comes up.
Excuse me. Excuse me.
Good morning. Good morning, Gillian Ross. I think Richard was on the sauce last night. He's a bit slow today. Good morning, Christine Davis. Yes, yes, yes. And while I'm doing this, George is going to go around and if you could all donate the plate and be generous, everybody. We still need the 3 billion to buy Chelsea. Good morning, Gilly Erickson. And morning, Nick S. Nick S. Morning, Trav and Corfan. Corfan? Good morning, Christine Marias. I do believe that is. Good morning, Kathy. I can't pronounce that. Blasey. Good morning, Petra. Hiya, Petra. Good morning. Good morning, Kim. Good morning, Millie B. Good morning, Sharon Rogers. Amanda, good morning. Hope you are all well at home in the comfort of your own homes watching this. Good morning, Kaylee Bryan. That's it. That's a good morning to everybody. Now, I've got mediums to inform Ray if they're going to do the read. No, sorry, I'm reading out loud here. Sorry about that. Okay, now we come to the reading, and I do believe Jim is doing the reading. So if you'd like to come up, Jim, in your own time. Are you ready, Jim? Okay, so I'm going to hand it over to Jim for this morning's reading. Thank you.
Good morning, everybody. I'm doing a reading from the Teachings of Silver Birch, and this one is called The World of Tomorrow. Just put that down there, so I can quickly press on it. Right. You are now in the midst of a crisis. As always happens before there is a birth, there is much pain. The birth of a new order means much pain. Even when the new order comes, there will be growing pains. But has there been planted in your world a seed that will grow, and the effort of these of high places to destroy the seed will fail? It was said a long time ago that thy will be done as in heaven. This is going to happen. There will be many big changes. There will be breakups, and there will be many upheavals. There will be what you think is darkness and difficulty. You will say things are worse, but all the time there is behind it all a power which is making for the progress of the world. There are many of us who have been allowed by those who are higher than above to see your world as it will be one day. That conception we try to transmit to those who are receptive, to inspire them to go on with their work. The pictures I have seen make your present world more ugly than it is. I see what it could be like and what it must be like. It is only a question of time. One day there will be a new race that will recognise that the politics, religion, science and knowledge are part of one thing. Then pain, sorrow, fear, mourning and unhappiness will be handed, and your world will be a place of smiles and happy laughter. The greatest teacher who could come into your world today would be one who would work to lift the sorrows of others and make the lives of others better. You have tried to build a world where, when one man has something, instead of using it to help the others, he tries to keep it for himself, with the result that it is time to make a system that must collapse because the foundations are wrong. When you have people who develop their gifts, which all come forth from Great Spirit, and use them for the benefit of all the others, then there will be built a system founded on that which is eternal. Thank you.
Thank you, Jim, for that. Very inspiring. Now, we have an address from the visiting medium, so I'm going to ask the visiting medium to step up and give the address. I could do this all day, you know. Thank you very much, everybody. I should have got a Tommy Cooper thing, shouldn't I? Like half and half, like two-tone suits. Okay, right, now, with the address, I don't often give addresses because I'm not usually here on a Sunday morning. But when I do find that when I do give addresses, there will be a subject or something that's on my mind, and I'll start with that, but it'll always go off on a tangent, as many things do. Is that right with everybody? Yeah. You sure? Yeah. Good. Liven up. Okay. Because I was driving here this morning, and I was actually thinking of about faith. Okay. Now faith, and how many of you thought the George Michael thing straight away? Faith. Boom. Are you at home? Yes. Good. Faith. Now, what is faith? Go on, you've gone quiet now, haven't you? It's faith is an encompassing thing. It's many things. It's a trust in what you believe. It's also meant to be a motivational thing to keep you in a good place. And even people who don't have any faith have faith because they got faith in not having faith. Does that make sense? Yeah. Oh, quite clever that just came out. But it's like, and there are many different faiths. I mean, is faith religion? Is it? No, it's not. Because you've got many of the different religions, but faith is a belief in something. It's like you can really boil it down with feelings of faith. I mean, I go to Chelsea, as you all know, and I have complete faith that we're going to win that game. Doesn't always happen, does it? Because like we can all have faith, but sometimes not the faith will let you down, but what you believe in where the circumstances should be going don't go. I mean, we all live in a world, let's be honest, it's been very tough lately with the virus and all the conflicts that's going on. So you do look around and think, oh, it's not good, is it? You watch the news and it's a real, why did I bother? Yes? Or you read the papers, do I believe that? But I'm not going to go into the politics of the propaganda. I'm not going to do that right now. It's a different platform, okay? But it's our faith that keeps us going. It's our faith that gets us up in the morning. It's our faith that makes us do what we need to do. And also, I mean, faith and religion, they do go hand in hand, because if you do have, you follow a particular religion, what's the right religion, what's the wrong religion? Anyone? No, there is no right or wrong religion. It's what you have faith in. As long as you're not running around hurting people or trying to really impose your, I don't know if it's your belief or your religion on, I mean, we've all had them knocking at the door, haven't we? We won't mention them. I like it when they come round to my place, they knock on the door, and I go, yeah, come in. Then they always start, what do you do? And I tell them, oh, they can't get out quick enough. It's really fantastic. I think, yeah. No, and it's like they really go pale and run, and I go, no, don't be in a hurry, your dad's here. Anyway, and yeah, okay. If you don't know what I'm talking about the Jehovah's. But then that's their faith, isn't it? That's their belief, and they're not harming anyone. You know, they're not right or wrong. It's what they believe in. It's like you have many different faiths. You've got the I can't list them all, but spirit. I mean, I'm a spiritualist, so I believe in the spiritual laws and also that life carries on. And as Ray would say, we must be one of the only practices and religions around that try to prove that life carries on. Yeah. The others don't. And then they, back in your days, they burnt us for it, which was great, wasn't it? Okay. Or ducked us. Was it ducking, Phil? Ducking, yeah, whatever. Anyway, okay. But I nearly said the Spanish Inquisition. And I was just about to say, no one expects a Spanish Inquisition. I've got them on. See, I've got off on a tangent straight away now, okay? But it is about faith. And it's your faith, if it helps and uplifts you, then there's no problem in it, is there? But your faith might not necessarily, I mean, we all got family, your faith or your beliefs might not necessarily be your family's belief. I mean, I never forget a conversation I had with my youngest quite a few years ago now. And I just started doing what I'm doing. I was sitting in a development circle, etc., etc. And that's how long ago it was. 2 weeks. And he went, Dad, he was young then, he was about 12. And he went, Dad, because he spoke, because I'm his dad. And he said, what are you doing that? Because you're talking rubbish. I went, what's that, boy? He said, well, dead is dead. This is a 12-year-old, my boy, okay? And I just said, okay, if that's what you believe, that's fine. But even if it's not true what I do, and it helps people get on with their lives, where's the harm? Yeah? Yeah. Do you know what he does now? He's sitting in a development circle. True. Some of you have met him. Some of you met him? Yeah, some of you have just gone to the weekends. Anyway, okay. So there you go. But faith is a very important thing as well, because it's like whatever your faith is and whatever you believe in. I mean, I am a spiritualist. I believe in the life after death, and also the main thing, the crux of living, if you like, is to help and heal others. It's love. It's all about love. You can forget all about miracles, knowledge, prophecy, healing, tongues. It's about love and helping others and helping them through whatever difficulties they go through. But what we always forget, or what we always seem to, especially you healers, you're the worst. Because what you forget to do is look after yourselves. Because you have to look after yourselves first, because if you're not at your maximum best, you're not going to be any good for anybody, are you? No. Some people call that selfish. No, it's not. Because if you're at your maximum, optimum best, then you're better for others, aren't you? Yes, because, I mean, as human beings, and I do believe we are all human beings here, yes? Not sure about Jim at the moment, because he's... It's a joke, Jim. Crack a smile, mate. Let's know you're alive. I forgot where I was. Where was I? See, it's gone. Yeah, we are. And as human beings, it is in our nature, in our makeup, to be selfish, to have an ego. It is. It's within us. But there are extremes. Does that make sense? It's like, I mean, we're all lazy. You're thinking, no, we're not. Yeah. How many times do you think, oh, I've got to do that today? Oh, I'll put it off till tomorrow.
Procrastination.
I was getting there, love. Procrastination. See, and we all procrastinate. And we're all, we all got an ego and a bit of a, because even, because you all dress up, don't you? And when you dress up, you're dressing up with things that make you look good and feel good, yes? That's part of your ego, isn't it? But that's normal. That is absolutely normal. And we do beat ourselves up about, oh, I should be doing this, I should be doing that. No, the most important thing you can be is yourselves. Because when you're yourself, you're helping others. Yeah? Cool. And we do beat ourselves up because, I mean, everyone goes through different things in life. We all have loss. We all have relationship upsets. We all have emotional problems sometimes. We all might have career problems, health problems. It's like you're not going to get away with it. It's like we all have. It is, as Rowan Keaton would say, life is a roller coaster. That's quite good, wasn't it? But it's like, no, but it is, because you will have your ups and downs, and it's the more important thing is what you do with your downs to get you back up again. Does that make sense? I mean, the majority here, when you're at, and say you're feeling really low and really down in the dumps, and you've got someone you just help someone out, how does that make you feel? It makes you feel better. It's a weird thing. It makes you feel much better, and it inspires you. It's like if you walk around, I did notice this, before lockdown, you'd walk around the streets, I'm a London boy, you say good morning to everyone, they'd look at you like you was a nutter, wouldn't they? You try saying hello to someone on the tube, they sort of move away from you. I noticed during lockdown, when you went out for your little walks in the park, drowning out the noise from Parliament with the parties going on, got to get one in. But everyone was saying good morning to each other. Did you notice that? It was almost like everyone got a lot nicer when the world was in a terrible mess. With the lockdowns, I've been a bit high there, didn't I? Went a bit passionate. Okay. It's true, isn't it? And have you noticed since all lockdown's finished, everyone's bloody miserable again and don't say hello anymore? It's a weird thing. But that's how we act. I mean, we're not all perfect, is what I'm trying to say. I am. No, we're not all perfect, but it's like we can always strive to be better, and it's our faith that drives us that way. Whatever our faith is, it's our faith that drives us forward. Otherwise, you wouldn't want to get up in the morning, would you? No. So I hope that's made sense to a lot of people, and thank you very much. I was going to say good night then. I'm not used to mornings, you see. Okay, but thank you very much, everybody. Right, thank you. No, don't worry about that. Okay, right, now. I've just read the address must be uplifting or spiritual. Oh, it's knackered that, isn't it? Right. I think the chair, it's me, is to announce all reply with the key. Oh, right. Now, before I introduce this morning's medium, you right there? Yes. Okay. You could all reply with a clear yes or no to what a medium is saying. Mention 15-second delay, the mediumship. Oh, it's me, isn't it? Right. Okay. Now, excuse me. Okay, love. Right. Good morning. So I nearly said good evening again, didn't I?
Good afternoon.
Yeah. Good afternoon. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
My name's Ivan Lee, and I'd like to say thank Ivan Lee for doing a wonderful job of chairing today. Take a seat, relax. Thank you very much. Okay. Now, you all know how this works, don't you? Yes? Yes. Sure? No newbies, great, because I'm going to get on with it, because some of you have seen me work before, some of you haven't. Sometimes I get the information and I'm drawn to an area, or sometimes I just go to you. Yes?
Yes. Yes, Ivan.
Thank you very much. I'm glad you're awake. Interesting. I've tried to... Hang on, mate. I've tried to, with the mediumship, I've tried to sort of try and not tone it down, but if somebody's seen me work before, I usually get 4 or 5 at once. I've been trying to sort of do it, and it ain't working. Sorry about that. So I might have to jump around again, okay? Because I've got two young men in here, both would have taken their own lives, okay? And I want Philip, George, Philip, your son, right? Once again. And the wife's passed as well, isn't she? His mum, right? Because I can work that out. But she comes in. Now, with Philip, I don't know what this is, but with Philip, he keeps doing the Star Trek thing. So he's a Trekkie. Does that make sense? For those who don't know what a Trekkie is, that's a fan of Star Trek. Yes? I'm talking about the original lot, like the Captain Kirk mob, not the stuff you get now. Does that make sense? The original lot. Because he wants to come in. I know, okay, mate, I've got to go. He's quite an easygoing fella, your son. He's not Larry. He's not... It's just quite... I don't get emotional. Right. It's a weird thing to say about a young fella. He's quite sweet. Do you know what I mean? I know we've got our boys and that. But, and with mum, his mum, your wife, do you have a ring belong to her, George, by the way? She's mentioned her ring. Yeah, because I was going to say there's three of them. I do this bit, George. You just say yes. Always hard work, isn't it? Right, no. But it's like, there must be a birthday anniversary coming up, because they keep going into May. I mean, we're April now, but I want to go into May. And Matt, is Matt your boy? And he would have taken his own life as well. Does that make sense? Got the two of them coming together, okay? Matt's with Dad's passed, isn't he? And who had the cancer condition? That's not you. I want to go over here somewhere. Right. Boop, 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 boop. Lady at the back. Hello. Do you connect with the gentleman who passed with the cancer condition? Yes. You sure? Yes. You're not saying that because you're attracted to me? No. Good girl. Right. Right. Sunday morning, behave, Ivan. Okay, I will. Now, right. I've got to sort of come round here with this because it's like, Philip, he's not a pushy man. Does that make sense? Your wife could have her moments. Right? Because she's a bit more... Right, love. She's a bit more... Not too pushy. Bit stubborn. But I'm in charge. Does that make sense? I never said that, everybody. Okay. Now, with your wife, because my body's giving out as I've got lots of things going on here. Does that make sense, George? Yeah. And also the mobility's not good, or perhaps impossible. Does that make sense? I mean, she's fine now because she keeps talking about, thank you, love. It was quite a relief to have passed in the end because I sort of had enough. Does that make sense? I had enough. And it's like, because I want to connect in. And did she have dementia as well? No. Who had the strokes or the... Oh, was that with you? Your mum, right. I knew they was all going to jump in. Right, I don't know what I'm doing that for. Oh, liven up, will you? There's more life over there really is. Right, anyway. But the wife, I know, right, with the wife, because it's like, yeah, I've got it, love. Your mum's blooming pushy. God, blimey. Right. But with your mum, his mum, they're together here, George. That's what I'm trying to get across. That makes sense. Because I've got your wife making reference to you. I know there's three wings. Is there a ring? I said wing, didn't I? Ring. Is there a ring with she keeps taking a stone out of a ring? So there's a stone missing in the ring. You got that one, Sally? Yeah, sorry, that's her mum's ring. Don't nick her mum's ring, you, George. I know what you like. Okay, because I've got the two ladies talking at the same time here. Now, okay, but Sue don't connect with anyone here, does it? Or Sarah, Sands, who's passed? Yeah. Right, I'm definitely coming to you. What's your name? Lisa. I'll Lisa, come to you afterwards, okay? Right, now, you've got something hanging off your ear though, love. It's the mask. Did I just press something on the thing? I just pressed something accidentally. Right, okay. George, have you been a bit fed up or a bit run down recently? Yeah, because your wife's talking about you being a bit down in the dumps is the word I'm going to use. That makes sense. Nothing in particular. It's a general malaise that you get. Does that make sense? I know I mentioned talking about faith earlier, but you've been a bit up and down, more down recently. So I'm just so fed up with everything. I don't know what... Do you know what I mean? Bored's the word, actually, George. Your wife's talking about you're pretty fed up. Yeah, because your wife and Philip, your boy, very good at cheering you up. Does that make sense? Okay, so I want to sort of cheer you up and give you a bit of an uplift. Do you understand that? Okay, and I don't know if it's you keep waking up at 3:30, 4:45. Oh, I don't know. I'm not there with you, am I? And she's got your lovely wife telling. I quite like your wife. She's sort of saying, she's trying to battle your mum here at the minute to come in, because your mum's really quite pushy and feisty, and she's got her faculties all back together. Sally, does that make sense? All right, they're all back together. I've got a headache and all now. Right, said that out loud. Don't say things out loud, Ivan. Okay, right. But with Eileen, don't connect with anyone here as well, does it? By the way, Irene, Reenie. Is that with you, Lise? Okay, I'm definitely coming to you next. I've got a few gathering here. All right, now. Oh, I've got enough. Basically, cheer up, son. Yeah. And Anne, where does Anne connect? That used to be my first one. Here we go. Has she passed? I don't know how to broach this. With Anne, your wife's telling me this. Your wife, okay? The one you looked after till she had to go in the home. Does that make sense? Because you would have, because you would have been running around keeping an eye on her, and she wants to thank you for it because you did more than enough. Do you understand that? But in the end, it was too much, and she had to go into to care. Does that make sense? Okay. But she's more than all right. And was it the pneumonia or the breathing that took her over in the end? Because I keep getting this. Is that your mum?
No, my granddad.
Was that mum's dad?
Yes.
Bill. Where's Bill connect? No, Bill for someone else. I'm round here. That's Bob, actually.
Yeah.
It's Bob. Right, I'll be coming round to you next.
All right.
I like it when they queue up. Must have got a red route. Okay. Don't do that one again. No one laughed. Okay. Your wife, not Anne. Forget about Anne, all right? Because I like your wife. She's better than Anne. Does that make sense? Yeah. Sorry, she said that. Do you understand that? But she's with your boy. They send their love to find George. Right. Sal, listen up here, because I've got a few coming in here. I've got mums with her dad, and he had the lung breathing conditions. That makes sense, right? Your mum had dementia. You don't die of dementia, but it's sort of, the body gives out. Does that make sense? Because mum's a very feisty, very pushy lady. She's got your boy. All right, mate. Matthew's your boy. Does that make sense? And he took his own life. Do you understand that? They're all in. And where does Tony connect? Tony. Right. How many you got here? There's him and all. Does that make sense? And did your dad getting all right with your mum?
Yes.
They're very Jack and Vera. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Jack and Vera, Coronation Street, by the way, everybody. Do you know what I mean? Just to let you know. Okay. But they're sort of all coming in together here. Does that make sense? There must be a birthday coming up. Must be an anniversary or celebration. Yours is the May connection, by the way. Think quicker.
There is a birthday in May, but not them.
Did I say them?
Oh, no.
Oh. Your mum's loving this, Phil. Yeah, she won't move. Sitting there, loving it. Sits back, observes everything. Does that make sense? Okay. Dementia again with your mum? Yeah. Okay, right. Now, Michael as well. Mike don't connect with anyone here, does it? Or Mick, past? Yeah, I'll be there. Right? Good. Queue up in an orderly fashion, everybody. Ron.
That's my dad's first name. It's Ronald Anthony. His name was Tony.
Fair enough.
Okay.
I'm sticking with Matt. Right, now, with Matt, okay, I know when you take your own life, did he try before, do you know? Because there was a few. This is the difference between your boy and your boy. Because your boy had a history of, obviously there's depression involved, does that make sense? And that he had a history of trying to sort of take his own life, does that make sense? Yours didn't, did he? It was out the blue, wallop. No explanation, nothing. Does that make sense? Yeah, because it's like that's where the slight differences is. Okay, but your boy, Matt, is a bit louder than his boy. Yeah, he's all right, you know what I mean? But, okay, I got it, mate. I can just shut them others up, right? Because he's making reference, like his mood swings would have been like, I'm not quite right here. Does that make sense? And I'm not saying there's proper mental illness with him, actually.
Yeah.
I don't mean he's a madman, nothing like that. But it's all right. He's all right now. He's quite placid and quite boom. Does that make sense? He's sort of together. That's the word I want to use. All right, love. It's like all right. I very, very nearly swore just then. I better not do that on a Sunday morning. Okay. Because it's like I've got Dave Bowie music in my head now. What the hell's that about?
Yeah.
I'm talking about early Dave Bowie.
Yeah.
The Space Oddity album, God Knows I'm Good. And
Yes.
the wild-eyed kid from Free Cloud. That sort of, does that make sense?
Yeah.
Does that do you, Sal?
Yeah.
It'd be great if he turns up, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
No one here knows him though, do you? So sod it. Okay, no. But
That's a brilliant track as well.
it is, isn't it? It is, yeah. And it's like Space Odd. Really? Right, now, okay. Matt's, not Matt's kind of music.
No.
I'm calling you a hippie. Peace, man. Peace out. Right, okay. Thank you. Because it's like, but he's all right. I don't know if he wasn't bipolar, was he?
I'm not sure.
Because I do have, because he keeps giving me, and I'm talking about when he was, thank you, when he was down here on the earth plane, I'm sort of a bit all over the place. That makes sense?
Yeah.
I'm sort of, 1 minute I'm up and bound, next minute I'm sort of back, yeah, I'm withdrawn, very sullen sometimes, and the next minute I'm like, the words are coming out 100 miles an hour. Does that make sense? I've got that two different sides. Thank you, mate. But he is fine. Now, no, you've not been talking about moving home, have you? Lisa, have you? Yeah, because it's to do with you. Right? Now, wait your turn, everybody. We've got all morning. No one's in a rush, are they? No, cool. Richard is, actually. Sorry, Rich. I don't know what I did that for.
That's the day we vote, is that then?
All right, okay. But it's like Dad, Mum, Granddads, and I've got Mary here and all. Does Mary connect with you, or is that Mum? No. I want Mary Rose, or Rosemary, that sort of connection.
I've got a great grandma who is Mary, and my name's Rosie.
Might be with you when I come round, okay? Right. Did you know your great grandmother though?
No, not personally.
So I can say what I want then, can't Right, okay. Your mob send their love south, cheer up, wake up, strong healing connection with you. Do you really love? Your mum said to me, you keep getting told this, but you don't bloody listen to it, you don't do anything about it. Does that make sense? That's from Mum, and she did, and I know you did, love, she did mention the stone to do with her ring that's been replaced recently. Does that make sense? All right? Now, and is there two rings? Who had the medallion as well? You know the, oh, it was sovereign.
It's a locket.
Is that Mum's?
It's my great-grandmother.
I don't mind that. It's someone who's passed. That makes sense. Yeah, because it's all sort of, and that's the locket, is it? Good. Right. All right, love. I got it. I thought it was a medallion. She just showed me the medallion thing. That makes sense. But that's Mum for you. All right, love. I like your dad. He likes to drink.
Yes.
Cool, blimey. Son, yeah, I like your dad. He's like my dad. All right, mate. That's Tony, innit? He's known as Tony. Do you understand that? Because he wants to jump in, because he don't like to be left out. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, because he's making now he's what I call your old school drinker. In the old days, when pubs used to be open, like on a Sunday 12 to 2, that's it, and I'm down the pub. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
About 110 pints, back home, dinner, John Wayne film, done.
Yeah.
That is my dad. Okay, but he just wants that because Mum's all right. What we're doing here, does that make sense?
Yes.
As though she would have been, I got it, love. She would have accepted life after death, etc. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Right, Dad's not having any of it. Thought it was all over Tosh.
Yeah.
Right. Matt's got no opinion on it whatsoever.
No.
When he was on the earth plane, does that make sense?
No.
But they are all together. Your son wasn't buried, was he?
No.
Who's put yellow, I don't know, yellow flowers? I keep getting sunflowers here, actually.
Yellow was his favourite colour.
No, hang on, it's sunflowers. Does that do with you, Lise?
Yeah.
Right, okay. Sunflowers do with Lisa. Yellow's his favourite colour?
Yeah.
What's wrong with you? For some reason, I keep seeing custard now, and I don't know why I'm seeing custard. Da-da-da-dun, da-da-da-dun, that's the thing, wasn't it? Okay. Stop. I know he's winding me up. Your boy's winding me up. I know he is, right? But they all send their love, they're fine. And also, I don't know if it's been my hip. Is your hip playing up recently, Sal?
No, but I'm feeling a bit older.
Can't really go anywhere with that one, can I? No, it's not. No, I've got a real pain shooting down my, right, it's like sciatica or something. It's like here, but it's for someone here. So it's not you, Lisa, right, that's all there. Is that all right with yourself? Good, right. All right, mate. I don't know what I did that for. Right, Lisa, hi. Where does Sue connect?
I used to look after a lady called Sue.
Right, do you still do caring?
Yeah, sort of, yeah.
Well, it's because I've got that healing vibe with you. Does that make sense? Because it's like Sue, and Sue's quite a sweet little lady, and she's very, very cheeky.
Yeah.
She's got a real cheeky sort of carry on sort of sense of humour. Do you know what I mean? Double, you know, innuendos. That's it, double entendres. Okay. All right, it's Sunday morning. It's too late. Please. Okay. Double entendres. That makes sense because it's like, ooh, a bit Frankie Howardish. Do you know? Yeah. Right. But does she have dementia as well, by the way? Or going that way? Because it's like, and I've got the breathing issues with her as well. Okay. Yeah, because it's like, but she wants to thank you for keeping an eye on her. That's Sue, because she'd always sort of, even, I like her a lot. Even with her health issues that were going on, she's always quite bright and bubbly. Yeah. Never moaned about it, and always, it doesn't matter what happens, got to get on with life. Does that make sense? And she's always, I like you. She's flirty a little bit and all, by the way. And I bet she was a girl in her day. Cool. Really? Hammersmith. There's no Hammersmith connections with you, is there? Oh, that's for you, Rosie, isn't it, Hammersmith? Yeah, okay, right. Hang on. Wait there. Okay. Now. Jack doesn't connect with you, does it?
I do know a Jack.
We all know a Jack.
Yeah.
Is his second name McCar up? Never mind. I thought it was quite good, that one. Okay. Sorry. All right, Sue. She's mental, your Sue. I mean, she's probably... Right, now. Who are you? Lisa's mum passed. Because you've got mum sort of coming in. Does that make sense? Right. Now, who had the cancer condition?
She did.
Right, because it's like, I've got to connect the cancer with her. And did it drag on for a bit?
It did, but it was quick in the end.
Yeah, because it's like, was there two different issues with it, or two different sort of, I don't know, two different cancers, or got it and it's all right, and then it's come back. Okay, love, I got it. Because she's making it came back with a vengeance. Does that make sense? Right, okay. And is there also the sunflowers? What's that got, the sunflowers? Sunflowers.
That's to do with my ex-partner.
Has he passed?
Yes.
Yeah, right, hang on a minute. Did he have cancer and all, did he?
Yes, he did.
Right, it's all cancer here, people, by the way. Don't worry about that. Right, was he a Larry bloke? Jim or John don't connect with you, does it?
I know John and know Jim.
No, I want Joe, actually. Joe. Ooh. Cheryl?
Yeah.
Sherry, yes, sorry. Cheryl. That's Mary Poppins, isn't it? Cheryl. I'll be with you in a minute. Let me sort this out. Right, Lisa. Look, was Mum quite a dominant lady sometimes? Yeah, because she won't let me go to anyone else yet till she's finished. And she won't let anyone out until, and she's what I call a table thumper. Does that make sense? Because she's connecting. Right, now, she's more than all right, but when it sort of really, I've got it, love. When it really took hold with a vengeance and went downhill. Does that make sense? Quite quickly. I quite like her because she very much speaks her mind. Wow. Okay, right. Do you have a partner in a minute, Lisa? Yes. Right. Do you get on with him at the moment?
Sometimes.
Yeah, right. Is he this is Mum saying this. Is he a big bloke?
No.
Good, that's what I want. Okay. You've got to check these things out, and yeah, okay. Because Mum's quite vocal, does that make sense? Right. Do you live together with this gentleman? I didn't think so, because it's like, is he getting on? Oh, your mother's funny. She says the wrong things out loud. Does that make sense? Right? And the problem with your mother, all right, love, I've got it. She's got no bloody filter. And you know your gentleman partner with the sunflowers, who had the cancer as well, his did get aggressive very quickly. Does that make sense? Yeah, because he's talking about going, he just wanted to say hello. Does that make sense? Okay, simple as that, all right? And Steve don't connect with you, does it?
Again, I know Steve.
Who's passed? Do anyone know Stephen that's passed? Steve. Is that with Mick?
No.
But you know them both?
Yes.
Right. I should have been playing golf this morning, everyone, by the way. I hope you're happy. Sorry, love, I'm trying to get a rant out the way so then I can filter it down, okay? Because if I just come out of it, it'd be like, oh. Right. Your fella, has he been getting on your nerves lately? Yeah, because you said he's been a bit, I'm going to use the word lapsadaisical, a bit sort of withdrawn, bit sort of easygoing and very annoying sometimes. That makes sense? Yeah, because your mum's going, put a rocket up his arse. And that's Mum for you. Does that make sense? I mean, she don't dislike him. She likes him because he's a gentle soul and he's got a good heart. Does that make sense? But sometimes, your mum's funny. All right, love, I've got it. Slow down. He does the daftest things and says the daftest things. Does he like football? Yeah. Chelsea boy? Yeah. Married him. Got to say something then. Marry him then. What's the matter with you? Okay. But it's like, but Mum likes him, but she'd pull him up. Well, what is wrong with you? That's how Mum is. That makes sense. Okay. But no, it's going fine. It's just like, he sulks a bit, doesn't he, as well? No, that's you. You sulk. Yeah, sorry. Your mum went, no, that's her. She sulks. Yeah, sorry. Don't stop sulking, love. Okay. Right. And whose birthday? Yours is the May connection. Yeah, it's a big birthday or an important birthday or anniversary.
My name is May.
Your name is May?
Yeah.
What?
My second name is May.
Oh, is it? Well, it's a big connection, isn't it? I thought it was a birthday. So you're Lisa May? Or may not? Bill and all, I got and all. Hang on, mate. Right, anyway, Mum sends her love. Your fella's all right and all that. Or ex-fella. Does that mean? Was he the... Oh, interesting. I've got drugs here. Was that the gentleman? There was a drug issue with him. Yeah, because he just... Was it Charlie? Cocaine? No, I've got Charlie here. I wish I had. No, I haven't. That's powder. No. Don't know it's not him, because I can smell puff with him. Yeah, he's on the puff. Does that make sense? Okay. I've got someone else coming in. Right, anyway, they will send their love to find. Right. I don't know where I want to go. Who's first? Come on, Mick. Right. Shall we? Mick. Did Mick pass quite quick?
I'm not 100% sure.
Was he the drinker?
He could.
No, I don't feel it's right. It's. And where does Stephen connect?
He was a friend of mine.
Passed? I'm getting the two mixed up here. Right. Did Stephen pass quite quick? Yeah, because Stephen's talking about passing quite quick. All right. That's not a problem. So he wants to come in. Does that make sense? Because he wants to. It's like, I don't know if you've ever heard from Stephen before, because I know you're at the church a lot. But Steve wanted to come in and say, I just want to let them all know I'm all right. Does that make sense? Because passing was, I don't know if there's a question mark with it, but there's a sort of, I've not got all my faculties about me with him. No, that might be Mick. He might be drunk. Nearly. That makes sense?
He did have all his faculties, but he was a bit slow.
I don't mind that. No, I don't mean no, I don't mean that. It's like I've got who's the alcoholic? That I'll get the two mixed up here because they both sort of come in. I don't mean he was uncontrollably an alcoholic, but when he drank, he bloody drank. Does that make sense? I quite like him. Anyway, but it's like coming in. But Steve sort of talks very methodically and very sort of boom. Does that make sense? But he wants to come in because he wants to let everyone know. Okay, mate, I've got to. He's okay. All right. Now, Mick, did you go out, Mick? That's a yes then, isn't it? Well, you went out once, didn't you? Okay. He just wants to say, I can't say that, mate. All right, because he could be a bit ballsy, your Mick. Does that make sense? And it's like, and again, he will just say it as it is. Do you understand that? Because he's making reference now. Your boy's still living, isn't he? Yeah. What's your boy's name? Mick? Michael. Yeah, I thought it would be. It's Michael. Michael Mick. Does that make sense? Because Mick's laughing. I mean, now when he. You didn't stay together, you separated. Does that make sense? Yeah, because he said, I was a bit out of hand sometimes. Do you understand that? But I'm all right, do you want to say hello? And he likes him, and I know that's... Really? Right, now, can you sort it out, you two, this time properly and not muck about like you did before? That's what Mick is saying. Does that make sense? I'm not going to go into detail. Can if you want. Questions on a postcard, please. Okay, but Michael's making reference to it, and it's like, I like him. Bang their bleeding heads together. They're all right now. Does that make sense? Okay. And that's him for you. Steve more connects with you, does he? Yeah. Because he's really quite... Was he a placid... Sorry? Yeah. And he's quite a placid fella sometimes. You don't like to interrupt. Does that make sense? But he wants to go... And who had cancer, Shell? Yeah. Right, mate. Cheers. Okay. I got it. Because the cancer went downhill quite quick. Does that make sense? With Mick's passing, I feel like his lifestyle would have sort of led to an early passing. Because he's not an old bloke. Does that make sense? And it's all, I've got it, mate. That's, you two mixing me up. Right, that's where I want the sort of, I feel sick now. Who's that? I've got to tell you a story in a minute, all right? Wait till I've finished and I'll tell you a story. Yeah, and Friday night, it's quite funny. You probably won't find it funny. Anyway, right, Mick, right. Mick is a bit of a storyteller. Yeah, because he sort of highlighted that for me to you. But he's banging his head on the wall saying, sort it. Anyway, I'll leave that there, okay? Right, now, Steve, more than all right. Not one to interrupt either. And I know you said he was slow. He's quite intelligent. He observes everything. Does that make sense? Yeah, because you just want to say hello, I'm fine. Right, that's you two sorted out. Rosie, you're Rosie, aren't you? Right, hang on a minute. Mary was great-grandmother, yes? Okay. And has Nan passed as well? Oh, I've killed your Nan. Right, now. But you didn't know Mary, does that make... I know you mentioned she's come through before. Does that make sense? Right, now. And do you know, you must have seen photos.
Yeah.
She's a little lady.
Yeah.
Not too slim.
Yeah.
Bit cuddly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Polite word for large. No, I'm joking. No, she's a nice lady. She's quite nice. She's quite serene. Bit of a matriarch.
Yeah.
All right, like you know, your old sort of matrons. That very much like that. Does that make sense? Because she wants to come in. And Bill must connect with you somewhere, or
Yes. Yeah.
it's past.
Yes, it's part of.
Yeah, I know. I'm going up. And is there a George as well?
Yes.
Yeah, because he's at the back and sitting at the back there. No, I'm joking. A Jules that connects with you. Does that make sense? Because I've got Mary sort of... Now, Rosie, indoors. Really, that's quite interesting. I don't know what I'm doing that for. I'm quite excited. You must have... I don't know if this is recent, but you must have been sensing spirit around you quite strongly. Yeah, because Mary's talking about it. Does that make sense? And someone must still have one of her rings. I know I'm going back quite a bit, but she's highlighted the ring, and it's a cluster stone, or it's a stone with clusters around it. Do you know about this ring?
I don't know about it personally, but I can take it.
Right, and where's the coastal... All right, love. She's gone down towards the coast. Where's the coastal connections?
They used to go down to the coast like they were from around here.
Everyone goes down the coast. No, I've got the Isle of Wight. Is there Isle of Wight connections then? Ooh, who's got Isle of Wight connections here?
I visited the Isle of Wight before.
Everyone's visited the Isle of Wight. Only once. Frank. Hang on, Mary. Does Frank connect with anyone here? Fred it is actually. Frank. Where does Frank connect, Mary? Right. And is there all... Yeah, right. I might be round. And you've got the Isle of Wight connections, haven't you? Do you have a Bob or Robert as well? Living? Right, okay. And is there Tom? Is there Tom that connects as well?
He's not a relative of mine, but connects to the family. He's a relative of relative.
You got doctors coming up next week, Shell? Yeah, you.
Yes.
I'll be round to you in a minute, right? Right. Wake up, love. I'm just going to pop off. Feels like my next message. Where do you want to go? Right. Rosie, this is your great-grandmother Mary, wants to make refuge. Like, there is spirit around you. You're not going mad or mental, because you do get messages about things sort of changing around within your life. Does that make sense? Yeah. Right, because I'm not saying they're right or wrong. We don't do fortune telling. But they've all said there could be quite a strong healing connection with you as well. Sound familiar? Because your grandmother's telling me to tell you. Does that make sense? And do you have a partner at the minute? Right, want one?
He's kind of on the cardish.
On the cardish? Who's floating around? I like her. She's talking about someone floating around at the minute.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
Literally floating around, is he?
Not close enough.
Anyway, we'll leave it there. What's his... No, we won't go there. All right, he might be watching. Okay, we'll leave it there, okay? But Marie wants to... As though the situation with this gentleman around, if you like, or lady, who knows? But this it is gentleman. All right, love. This gentleman around, it's like you're getting quite frustrated with it. Does that make sense? Yeah, simple as that. She just wants to let you know, okay, I've got it. Just great grandma saying, don't worry about that. Things... I like her. Things do have... That is quite true, love. Things do have a tendency to sort of fall into place. That makes sense. So just let it... Don't be... She pushy. She don't look pushy. You're quite pushy.
I want to be. With the situation.
Is she? Anyway, but it's like your great-grandma said, okay, I've got it. So that sort of calmed down a bit with it. Mentally, she thought, I know what you're talking about now. Thank you, love. It's like mentally, and it sort of calmed down. Does that make sense? Shirley, you have a Frank, don't you? Right. Sorry, Mary, I'm over here. Oh, I'm with her with it. Okay, right. Now, but she sends her love, she's fine. Right, what we got? We're all right for one more. Shell, you all right, love? How many times over the year? How many years have I known you? And I've got to say, my first ever public appearance on here was with Shirley. 2003 it was. 2003. Yeah. It was 2003. Right, anyway, right. Frank. Dad, is Dad Frank? So he went, I'm Dad, because I know there's two Franks, but Frank said, I'm Dad. Does that make sense? I know Robin. He's in the background, whittling his wattle. He's a scout leader, all right? So he's whittling his wattle. He makes stupid, I know he makes stupid jokes. Some of you might not know him. He makes stupid jokes. He still is, all right? But anyway, I like your father. You get on with Dad, all right, didn't you? Because I know I go back a long time here. Does that make sense? There must also be a Robert or Bob that connects somewhere as well. No, we don't do way back. We're not Sally Morgan. Apart from great grandmother's called Mary. All right, I'll give you that one. No, Bob's not. Is Bob yours? Bob. It's not Dad, is it? No, it's no. No.
It makes sense to me as well. Kind of the dad connection.
Hang on, I've got to sort this girl out. Right, Rosie, where does Bob connect?
It would be a running joke about my stepdad because he's passed.
I don't mind that. Hang on a minute. Right, I might have missed someone out. Did he pass quite quickly? Yeah, right. Hang on a minute. Was he quite a funny bloke? Yeah, very take the mickey and he'd sort of come in, make a joke, disappear, come in, make a joke. Very annoying man. Does that make sense? Right. Sure, because he just jumped. He's been annoying me because he didn't. Bob. The Bob joke's not the Blackadder thing, Bob. No, just checking. Right. All right, mate. Hang on, let me sort her out. Okay, right. Now, Dad wants to come in because Dad's quite an authoritative figure. Does that make sense? Is all right? Because you wouldn't listen to what Robin would say anyway. You never did when he was on the earth plane. So he said that, not me. All right? Okay. Now, you got the doctors coming up? Do as you're bleeding told, love. Yeah, no, but you've got to do as you're told. That's coming from your father. Does that make sense? And is there also, I don't know if it's a Joan or Jean that connects somewhere. That'd do, because Jean wants to pass Jean. Because Jean says hello, and that's Frank and Jean. That's separate to your dad, Frank. Does that make sense? Too many Franks going on, isn't there? Okay. All right. I just said that. Yes. Pay attention. Okay. And they're all sort of ganging up. Even Robin is as well. But I know Robin too well, so I'm not going to go on the ins and outs of it. But he's around you. You know they're there, Shirley. Does that make sense? Because they want to cheer you up a bit, and it's almost like do as you're bloody told. Does that make sense? And also, I don't know if it's like you that's not sort of. I can't say that. You haven't been whinging a lot lately, have you? You sure? Phil, she's been whinging a lot lately. Hang on a minute, that might be Rose. I think that's Rosie. Have you been moaning a lot lately, Rosie?
More so than usual.
That's you. Sorry, it's her, right? Right, it's her. Okay. You're not a moaner. You're having a laugh. Anyway, right, okay. But they just want to give you a bit of upliftment because there's a few health things going on. It's getting you down. Does that make sense? There's a few health issues going on, and it's been getting you very down lately. Would you understand that, Shirley? Thank you very much, because you know I'm always right. Thank you. As Mike coming through, that was. Right, okay, I've got it. Just do as you're told. They know what's going on. I've got it. It's been a very frustrating period at the moment for you. Does that make sense? Because they're all sort of gathering around. And I know Frank and Jean, brother and sister, are like friends. Does that make sense?
Well, they're like cousins. David, hang on a minute. No, that's on his past. Okay, right, but they all send the love and it's like want to give you a bit of oomph. Does that make sense? Right, Rosie, I thought I'd finish with you. Obviously not. Because someone kept shouting out in the background, Bob, say Bob, right, and I'm going, Robert, no, Bob.
Oh, it's Robert, no, the Robert is the joke there.
Right, good. I don't care, right, at the minute. Now, with your stepdad, he's an annoying man. He's quite a funny man. Oh, he thinks he's a funny man. Does that make sense? Did you get on with him all right?
Yeah.
Good. And did he pass? He talked about passing quite quick as well. Do you understand that? Who had the heart issue or the aneurysm? Because he's talking about it was like out the blue, wallop, gone. And he's not an old man, really.
No.
Be careful what you say, Rosie. Right? He's not an old man. Does that make sense? And he would have passed quite quickly, hang on, mate. Wallop. Does that make sense? His mum's still living, isn't she? Yeah, because he wants to say hello to mum. Do you understand that? Now, there must... I don't know who you are. David or Dean...
David was the son.
Right, living.
Yes.
Yeah, because David's connections with you. Does that make sense? And there also must be an Andrew or Anthony. It might be another Tony, actually.
Oh, his brother is Anthony.
That'll do, because it's like, all right, mate, I've got it. And also, I've got Derek don't connect, or Dennis.
Derek, I feel like it's ringing a bell, but I can't think of the direct connection. It feels like it fits with me, like something.
That's all right, it's nothing to do with you. Guess who I got? Right.
Time's up, Joe.
He said that. I just had Derek come in. He went, "Emit, son, emit." He's right and all. Bloody hell. Right, okay, can't prove that to anyone. Don't really care. I know it's true. All right? Now, but you step. All right, mate, I've got to go. I'm going to call him Dad, actually. He went, I'm dad, right? Because he's been around. And did he? I'm confused with him because I'm going indoors. Was he indoors when he passed?
Was he what?
Indoors when he passed?
Literally in a doorway.
Yeah, because he kept showing me door. And I thought, I'm indoors. And he went, no, get it right, boy. Called me boy, by the way. Okay. Yeah, he went, get it right, boy. So I'm actually in a doorway, wallop. And I've more or less, I can't say it the way he's saying it, but I'm going to. I'm almost hit the floor dead. Does that make sense? Yeah. But he's all right. He's around you and I'll keep an eye on you. And I don't know why you got 5 pillows on your bed, but you got 5 pillows on your bed. Does that make sense? Right. Well, you're only on your own at the moment. But no, you are, okay? He's quite a Mickey taker, you're very much so. And he's got, right, mate, I've got to go. And he's absolutely got no filter whatsoever. Wallop, he's giving it. That makes sense. But not, and he's rude, okay? But not nasty. Not nasty at all, okay? But he wants to send his love. He's fine. Say hello. I know you got the Mary, but it's like he wants to come in. And he's also like, oh, that's interesting. Jeff or Graham don't connect with you, do it?
Jeff is his brother also.
All right, mate. I've got to just mention Jeff and Pete. No, who's Pete?
Oh, Pete is their cousin, very close cousin.
Right, all living. I want all living for the minute. Okay, mate, I've got it. And Colin don't connect with you, does it? Oh, no, Keith. No, it's Chris. Okay.
Colin kind of is on a different strain.
Different strain?
Again, a joke with my biological dad.
I don't mind that. And your biological dad, what's his name?
Lenny.
And he's still living?
Yeah.
Oh, Lenny. Good old Len. Right, okay, but this is weird. Your stepdad got on all right with your Len?
They didn't know each other.
No, he says he's all right. He's laughing at him.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense until that message.
Good. Right, so he sends his love, he's fine. Right, now, I've got a hand, okay. Try and finish approximately, medium to hand. I've just got to read it out loud, and I ain't got my glasses on. Hand over to the chair. Thank you very much, Ivan, for that wonderful and amazing evidence of clairvoyance. And I must say, Mr. Lee, you're just an absolutely irresistible man. Thank you very much. I'm very pleased about that. But thanks to the medium. And I'd like to thank also Richard. Are you there, Richard? Richard? I thought I was hearing voices there. You there, Richard? I quite like that. Okay, right. Yeah, I'd like to thank Richard, our producer at Spiritual Psychic TV. And what adverts we got, Richard? Right.
We have a special event for our VIPs tonight. Psychic and spiritual artist Helen Rogerson will be joining us from 7:30 p.m. via Zoom. Login details will be placed in the VIP lounge. Tomorrow we have brunch with SPTV. This starts from 11 a.m. with guest host Dawn Collinson-Quarry. Dawn will be joined this week by Yitka from Flowering House Feng Shui. Tomorrow night we have Deb Clark for an evening of mediumship. This starts from 8 p.m.
Thank you, and that's an end to the advert. So, and we got next week's service. We got next week's service. Who we got? Does anyone know who we got? Who we got, Richard? Right.
I don't know either. Yeah, because they didn't write it down anywhere. But anyway, we've got a service next week. And who? All right, we've got no idea, but someone will be here. Okay, and it won't be me. I'll be at Wembley next Sunday. Why? Thank you very much. Anyway, so that's next week, and I'd like to ask the medium to close in prayer. Could you close in prayer, Mr. Lee? Yes, of course I can. Thank you very much. Okay. Divine Spirit, dear Lord, Heavenly Father, we thank you for today, and we ask for a blessing on each and every one of us, and surround us with a bright white light of love and divine protection. As we go for our day-to-day lives, knowing that our loved ones are there, guiding us and comforting us for our ups and our downs, so we know that life is eternal, and trying to be ourselves and be good to others, sending out love and healing to friends seen and unseen. Amen. Right, thank you very much, everybody. Good morning, good night, God bless. Thank you. It's all on virtual land. Good morning, everybody. Have a good day. Thank you.